So why is ABC interaction important to the industry? It couldn't be more important than right now because of big data and the importance of big data to this business. We really need to understand what the risks are for our brands, how to control those risks, and we have to audit everything very, very carefully. It's a very, very different world to the world that we had a few years ago where it was just print. Now we've got several different streams of data with the Internet of Things, with connected cars, with wearable devices. All of that data is going to come in and help us be much more effective with advertising, but organizations like the ABC really have to help us understand what data is coming in and how to validate that data and how to mitigate client risks. Well, what was interesting for me was this data, the issue of big data and how big data is being used to kind of augment our understanding of the ROI of advertising. And so that highlights the importance of data, the nature of cross-channel communication and cross-channel measurement. And so events like today are very, very important to highlight that. It's around big data again, but I mean there are three things: the mobility of the way we consume, the way that print has moved into mobile, and the fact that mobile isn't a mobile phone, but it's a tablet. It's not even it could be a phablet and a large tablet. So we have to really understand how the consumer interacts. But it's essentially the consumer saying, I want this content when I want it, how I want it, where I want it, and I want it now. And I think it's going to be much more consumer-driven, much more consumer-led than it is at the moment, but driven by the understanding of data. There are many challenges, but I think sort of pertinent to today's conversation is understanding how it all works, understanding cross-media measurement, understanding how to get to a single consumer in the morning on a tablet, on a phone, when they look at traditional media, on the web, and when they read a magazine, and when they pass an outdoor hoarding, and then when they watch television at night. What is the same consumer? What is the progression of communication across that? It isn't a separate consumer looking at each of the individual media. They're not going to wake up in the morning saying, I'm going to be digital today and I'm going to be analog tomorrow. It's really understanding the progression and how to communicate with consumers across the board, and that cross-media measurement and understanding of cross-media communication, not just measurement, but how we communicate with the consumers is going to be critical for us in the future. Well, we're here talking about interaction, aren't we? So, I think that it's fantastic that the ABC have embraced digital in the way that they have, that they really understand that it's not just about magazines and circulation, but it's about auditing an information process and understanding that information process. So I think they have a stunning job.